All right, we are doing math. So, what on a fraction is the numerator? Where is that located in your fraction, the numerator? Oh, no, hands up. Coal, I meant to say coal. Yes. And if we are talking about the top, what part of the fraction is the numerator? Is it the part that's filled in, or is it the entire part of the fraction? Coal. Filled in. So the denominator is a whole. So let's look at the top of page 177. We're going to add fractions. It says to add fractions with the same denominator, add the numerator and keep the denominator. So again, remind me what the denominator is of the fraction. Helen. Right, but in the fraction, the actual fraction, is it the top number or the bottom number? Helen? The bottom number. So you're going to add the numerator and you're going to keep the denominator the same. When you're adding a fraction, the goal is to always have a common denominator. You always want the denominator the same. So, with our example, we have 2/7 plus 3/7. All right, so are we going to mess around or deal with the sevens? No, we're not. Remember, common denominator. They're both the same, so they're going to stay the same. What are we going to do with the numerator? Jonathan? We're going to add them up. What is 3 plus 2? Jonathan? 5. That's not so bad. Good. All right, so we want a common what? Common denominator. And then we're going to add the numerator. Here we go. So let's do some more. So we are on 1. You look at that circle. What would the denominator be? Emmy? 5. So in this circle, though, we have 2 colors. We have an orange color and we have a red color. What would the fraction be for the orange? The orange fraction would be what? What would the numerator be? Emmy?
3.
For orange.
1.
Yes. 1/5. What would the red be? Owen? 2/5. Do we have a common denominator?
Yes.
We do. Are we going to keep it?
Yes.
A 5. We are. We're not going to change the 5. What are we going to add? Christian?
2 plus 1.
Is what?
3.
So what is our fraction?
3/5.
3/5. Very good. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Math only stayed this easy, right? I know. Okay. Oh, man. All right, let us move to B. Wow, we have a lot of sections in this fraction. What is the denominator? Please count and tell me what the denominator is. Jeremiah. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought your hand was up. Was your hand not up?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Friday, I put my glasses on, my eyes get tired. All right, what is the denominator? Remember, the denominator is the all parts of the fraction.
9.
Yes, very good. All right. What would the purple section of the fraction be? Winchine. 2 ninths. Very good. And then what would the pink fraction be? Gabe. 3 ninths. Do we change the 9? Nope. What do we do with the numerator? McKenna. And what would it be? 5 ninths. Very good. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 ninths. Now, I'm going to write some fractions on the board, and I'm going to have friends who would like to do the follow along in your textbook, please. Tessa and Emmy. Very good. Well, how would you say that fraction? Yep. And how would you say your fraction?
6
Very good. So did they touch the denominator?
No.
Common denominator, that is our goal. Add the numerator. Good job. Emma and Emmy. Or Emmy just went up, sorry. Too many M's, and you're all 3 in a row now. Kind of.
Maybe I'm in music.
And how would you say your fraction? Is that a whiteboard marker? It is? Okay. And then where would you put the 5? I have a line. Erase. You scared me there for a minute. I thought you were using a marker. I
At
like
least it's not a
orange.
smartboard.
Yeah.
I had in one of my classes in like middle school or high school, the teacher used a permanent marker on the smartboard. Yeah, that was pretty bad. These days, I think they have stuff you can get it off with though, but at that
Can
time,
you
they didn't.
imagine?
I know.
She destroyed it.
Yeah.
All right, Emma, what is your fraction? All right, did they change the denominator?
No.
Nope. Good job, ladies. All right, now we're going to move on to something a little different. It looks different, but you're going to do the same thing. It's the same concept. Add the numerator, not the denominator. just looks different, friends, but you're going to do the same thing.
It looks more fun.
Owen and Ella. How would you say your equation? Owen.
5/11.
That's right. And how about you, Ella?
2/3.
2/3. Very good. So they added the numerators, kept the denominator. Same concept, just looks a little different. Questions? All right. Do one more group of this. Now, are you all following along in your math books as well? Very good. I don't know, visually, I like them across than vertical. That's just my,
I like vertical.
You like-
I like both. Yeah, it's easier.
I like the vertical better, but that's just me. It's just my symmetry. Likes it that way better. I don't know. All right. James and Toby. Good. What is your fraction, James?
6/13.
Very good. And Toby, what is yours?
12/17.
Very good. All right. Before we move on, do you all understand?
Yeah.
What do you add? The numerator or the denominator? Now, eventually, you're going to get fractions that does not have a common denominator, and then you have to do something else. But right now, we're not worrying about that. We're focusing on common denominators that already exist, and you just change the numerator. All right, we are going to go back to our estimating and converting our measures.
I like
All right, small to large, what do you do? Small to large. Show me the sign. Small to large. Divide. Large to small. Multiply. Very good. All right, very good.
Converting measures is fun.
Gave you the answer. Ah, it's Friday. All right. It is fun. You just have to do the steps, and then it just kind of becomes a puzzle, like the mystery letter. All right. Christian and Helen. Now remember, there is specific, you have to do, what are you figuring? Okay, so we are doing hours. Are you really figuring out feet? You already know feet is 60. There you go. There you go. I think you might want to write that a little bigger. Little baby is not going to be seen in the back. There you go. This reads wide, very fancy and loopy. Very good. You were right the first time. Because is days to hours going from small to large or large to small? Yes. So you are multiplying, and you are correct that there, so, yep, 7 times 24. That's where we're getting, I'm not sure what this says. That's not quite right. Check that out again.
Can I do this?
Yes, you
Like,
can
can I
do,
do it like-
yes, yes, absolutely. Whatever helps you get the answer. That is not correct. It is not 189. 7 times 27, you need to recheck. Good job. Very good. So 24 times 7. What is 7 times 7?
29.
Okay. Is it? Actually, what, hold on a second, what do we, you got 20, that's what, like, why is this not, you have, you did it correct here, then how did we get 27 here?
Oh.
That's what, it's like, I was looking at the 24, but I'm like, what are we, yeah, so what is 7 times 4?
28.
There we go. Again, we gotta be really careful with each specific step. And then what is 7 times 2? There we go. Perfect. Bravo. Good job. Give me a fist bump. Nice. All right. Good job. Way to stick with it. Now that is a really good example of math. You get one little thing wrong in your whole equation. Throws the whole thing off. And this is the bummer about math. That is why you have to take your time and check and recheck again. All right, we're going to do one more of these and then we're going to move on. But good job. You guys are getting the hang of this. I'm really proud of you.
I'm angry.
Of course you are. Oh, wait a minute. We did it. No, we didn't.
Is everyone angry? I'm not. I don't have anything.
All right. Who would like to do this? Jonathan. Now, days to weeks. Are we going from small to large or large to small? What did you say small to large?
Yeah.
Correct. I heard both. Good. Good. Very good. Very, very good. So he divided 77 because how many days are in a week? Helen? 7. So 7 divided by 77 is 11. Very good.
Don't know if I can make it 11 weeks.
What's that?
Knowing that it's 11 weeks. I don't know if I can make it 11 weeks if I knew I was gonna be somewhere at 11.
I am so confused by that statement, but we're just gonna let it go. So we're gonna chalk it up to hunger. All right, so let's move to page 178. Circle the larger fraction. What is larger, 4/11ths or 3/11ths? Tessa. 4/11 or 3/11? Helen?
4?
Mhm. You just have to, basically the denominator is the same, so we're really kind of just looking at the numerator, okay? Now, if the denominator was different, it changes things. What about 2/10 or 3/10? Grayson?
3.
Yes. Are we circling these in our book?
Yep.
1/4 or 1/2? Now be careful, the denominators are different. 1/4 or 1/2, which one is larger? Cole? Yes. 1/3 or 1/2? Have to kind of visualize the third or a half. Which one is larger? Gabe? Yes. Now, do we understand that? Now, if they have the same denominator, you look at just the numerator. However, if they have a different denominator, that changes the size, it changes the whole size of the equation. All right, so let me just try to draw. Hello.
There's more than I just didn't look at this one. So
She is the first African American woman who,
like, what's the name? Bessie? Oh, Bessie. Bessie
restaurant.
Okay.
Toby, is your Bessie? How do you pronounce her last name? Run. What is it?
Bessie Coleman? Yeah.
Oh, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Oh, that's Orville Reservoir.
Oh, then I've got it.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I knew it, so I'm gonna have to do some more. But, yes.
And then I know she's more recent, but I'll let
I
you do that.
I have something on her, which is just so weird, I'm gonna have to look at it. So, do you want me to just read the books down here, and you can check them out at your leisure to them?
That's what you want me to do. I will do whatever is easier for you.
I can take 5 or 6 of them at a time.
Oh, that would be lovely. That would be so nice. Then that would just give them a little peek into the library that some of these kids have never seen the library. That would be my choice.
I miss the library.
And the library, Mrs.
I know, it's so quiet. Well, what do you want to start? They start lunch. Do you want to do now? They could do lunch. All right, so Mrs. Hepler would like to take some of you to the library so you can check out books.
2, 4, 6, 8. Why don't we do 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8, 8.
All right, let's do it.
Now, some of you, I do not have books for your people.
So if she,
One of the ones I'm most surprised about is James Madison. I have a couple books on presidents, so there's information in there. I do not have Mary Lou Retton. I do have one book on gymnastics that has like 1 or 2 pages on her, but you're gonna need to go elsewhere. I cannot find, I don't have, Bob Ross and, so
You have Orville?
is this, yeah, I do have Orville, yeah.
yes.
Okay, I don't have Judy Garland, I'm sorry. So if I call.
Okay, friends, we are not talking. We are listening to Mrs. Pepler.
For
That
those
is
of you
really
who don't
rude.
know, I am Mrs. Pepler, and
Yes.
I work in the library. So why don't, I'm sorry.
No, no, you're fine.